Good morning. So how to get in control of your snacking. And the first thing to do here is to plan your meals. And that might sound really simple, but hear me out on here, because a lot of people don't. And we have mechanisms in our body, most of us, where we have a hormone called insulin, which allows us to store nutrients, glucose, and that allows us to be satiated, to not constantly graze. And we need to remember this and make sure we plan our meals so that we're actually on point energy-wise, from a concentration point of view, from a productivity point of view, which will help us with work, which will help us hit our food intake, our calorie intake. Because quite often, the reason we snack is because we haven't probably eaten enough at meals. And there's nothing wrong with, say, snacking. I'd define snacking as something a bit more controlled, like controlled portion of snacking, plan of snacking, absolutely fine. Grazing, however, different story. And we often pick whatever's there. We might be tired, we might be stressed, there might be a coping mechanism. And you couple this in with hunger and stress, and we're probably going to make poor choices to give us a quick win, which then leaves us crashing an hour later, forcing us to go again. And I know a lot of people work with our time poor, like back-to-back meetings sometimes, and I get that. There's only so much you can give though, and I think even me from personal experience, I know I can't perform really high when I'm completely back-to-back all the time. I can do a lot of that, don't get me wrong, but there reaches a point where I'm like, no, I need a gap in between there to make sure my energy is good. Otherwise, it actually becomes less productive. And what you think you're saving, you're actually losing. From a mood point of view, concentration point of view, performance point of view, productivity point of view. So a really simple one, but I'm sharing this on a Sunday because it gives you a day. You could go to the shop, you could cook up a bit extra with your meals today. Extra roast chicken, extra veggies, make a salad. Give yourself that start in hand tomorrow. So number 2 is to make sure that these meals are high in protein. I see this too often, people not eating enough protein, leaving them hungry, unsatisfied, wanting to pick. And it is hard eating more protein, but it's also hard not doing that. Now, I have a guide, 30 ways to increase your protein intake. If you want to comment below for protein, I can send that over to you. But as a minimum, we want to start to think like 1.2 grams per kilogram of body weight, because if you eat more of that, you can eat less of something else. And that something else might just be highly palatable, easy foods to overeat. So we're thinking fiber and protein on these meals to keep you full and satisfied. And that might sound really simple, and it is simple, and I get it's harder to do. It won't be an overnight thing, but it will help you be more in control of your meals. So I want you to plan that. Plan 3 meals, 1 snack. So I want you to plan a snack. It doesn't have to be a snacky food. Try and make it a protein-rich food, like Greek yogurt, berries. It could be a smaller meal if you prefer. Like, don't think that it has to be like a snack food. It could be a protein shake, protein bar, something like that if you want that. But plan something in. I always say that up to 300 calories of a snack. Could be some fruit, could whatever. Something nutritious, something hydrating that's going to make you feel good. Could be a latte. Who knows? That's fine. Plan that in, and also just think about your day from that perspective. So number 1, plan your meals in. 3 meals, 1 snack. And know that you do not need any more than that. If you're hitting your protein intake, number 2, at least 1.2 grams per kilogram body weight. Really make sure that you're bulking these meals out. Salads, veggies. I love like stir-fry veggies, salad, Mediterranean vegetables, always great. If I'm at home, like frozen peas, frozen veg, chuck them in. When we make tuna jacket potato, for example, I always make like so much extra sweet corn, chuck that in as well, just to bulk out the meal. Some veggies with it as well. Cut up some carrot sticks, peppers, celery, you name it. This will give you that opportunity to bulk out the meal, so you're actually eating enough rather than then grazing, because actually your concentration will be better, your mood will be better, your energy will be better, rather than thinking about food all day. And it sounds hard, it sounds like you've got to do more, but actually you'll have more time and you actually get to do less. Hope that helps. Have a good